Yeah, I did like 3 Olympic trials, and I never went to the Olympics, but I did tons of internationals all around the world. It was good, but you know, I was doing that and then selling the jewelry, and it was like...
At 58, the tragedy of Jason Statham is beyond heartbreaking. Jason Statham, the iron soul of modern cinema, the man who turned The Transporter, Crank, and Fast and Furious into legends, didn't rise from privilege. He built his empire from sweat, scars, and survival. From the streets of Shirebrook to Hollywood, every punch, every chase, every explosion was more than just acting. It was a truth forged in hunger and pain. But behind the roaring engines and breathtaking action lies a haunting silence. A man who once nearly lost his life when a 3-ton truck plunged into the Black Sea, only to survive miraculously. Now, at 58, with his body broken and his soul scarred, Jason stands as a living testament to what it costs to be indestructible. He's famous for fearless stunts and unstoppable energy. He built his fame on being indestructible. Yet behind that unbreakable image is a different story. It's one of struggle and quiet resilience that shaped him before Hollywood. Born in 1967, Jason grew up in the working-class town of Shirebrook, Derbyshire. His mother was a fading dancer, his father a miner by day and a street vendor by night. Their home was filled with worry, coal smoke, and the constant crunch of counting coins. His early life wasn't about dreams, it was about surviving the next day. His father taught him how to hustle, how to survive. "My dad taught me how to do a handstand before I could walk," he would later joke. But it wasn't just play, it was balance, an early lesson in fighting against the weight of the world. At 12, Jason began training as a diver at the Crystal Palace Sports Centre in London. Serious divers started at 5, but Jason, too late to follow that path, was undeterred. He pushed on, diving in freezing waters long after others had gone home. He represented England at the Commonwealth Games, but in 1992, a single place kept him from the Olympic team. The dream slipped away. The loss didn't break him, it hardened him. Strength wasn't born in victory, but in enduring failure, in getting back up when others wouldn't. In 1992, Jason left diving behind and moved to London, a city that chewed up the weak and spit them out. With little money and fewer opportunities, he became a street vendor, selling cheap jewelry and perfume. The hustle was cold, the nights lonelier than ever. "I wasn't proud of it," he later admitted, "but I never lied to myself." Jason learned how to read people, how to survive in a world that didn't care. He kept his dignity intact, but it was clear, this was a man who wouldn't quit. He trained harder, shadowboxing in dark rooms, pushing his body past its limits, preparing for something bigger. In the late 90s, he was spotted by a modeling agency while training. His face, carved by struggle, became the face of campaigns for Tommy Hilfiger, Levi's, and French Connection. The work didn't bring fame, but it sparked the belief that maybe, just maybe, he could still matter. In 1998, Guy Ritchie cast him in Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. Jason didn't audition. He didn't have to. He spoke with the raw, unpolished authenticity of a man who had lived the life he was about to play. "You're the man," Ritchie said. "You don't have to act. You've lived it." That 5,000-pound paycheck didn't just change his life. It marked the start of an unforgettable career. Hollywood took notice. He was no longer the hustler from the streets. He was a true action star. But as fame rose, the cost became evident. Jason was no longer a man of balance. He was a man of action, constantly chasing the next high, the next challenge. By 2002, The Transporter turned Jason into an international action hero. He trained for months, learning Wing Chun, Krav Maga, and kickboxing, refusing to use a stunt double. "If I get hurt," he said, "at least it's honest." And hurt he did. Torn ligaments, bruised ribs, a shoulder that still clicks today. The physical toll was immense. "You wake up bruised and go to sleep broken," he admitted. But he kept going, pushing himself to the limit, because that's who he was. The man who had lived through the cold, the hunger, the rejection, now lived for the thrill of the next stunt. Yet it wasn't all glory. His 2005 film Revolver bombed. The same industry that built him up now saw him as disposable. Replaceable became the cruel whisper in Hollywood. But Jason didn't fold. He fought back with The Bank Job 2008, a gritty heist film that reminded everyone of his range. The world may have written him off, but Jason always found a way to rise again. The turning point came on the set of The Expendables 2 in 2011. During a stunt, a truck's brakes failed, sending him plunging into the Black Sea. Trapped underwater, his life flashed before his eyes. The panic, the weight of water filling his lungs. It was more than just a stunt gone wrong. It was a moment that shifted something deep within him. The crew pulled him out, but the emotional scars would remain. It should have been over, he said, reflecting on that night. It was in the silence of survival that Jason found a deeper understanding of his own vulnerability. No longer was he just a man who survived. He was a man who feared for his own life. In 2013, Jason found something he hadn't known in years: brotherhood. On the set of Fast and Furious 7, he bonded with Paul Walker, the beloved star who brought warmth to every room. "You're one of us now, mate," Paul had said to him. The two became close friends, sharing their love for cars and family. Then, the unthinkable happened. Paul Walker died in a tragic car accident. The loss hit Jason hard. "We lost one of us," he said. The world lost a star, but for Jason, it felt like the ground gave way beneath his feet. Filming Fast and Furious 7 after Paul's death became a tribute, a way to carry his light forward. But every roar of the engine, every chase scene, felt hollow without him. In the years that followed, Jason found moments of peace, but they were always fleeting. He met Rosie Huntington-Whiteley, and with her came the quiet he had longed for. Together, they built a life, away from the noise of Hollywood. In 2016, they became engaged, and in 2017, their son was born. For the first time, Jason saw something more important than fame: family. Yet fame never truly leaves you. Jason still trains every day, not for the cameras, but for life. His body may carry the scars of his years in Hollywood, but his spirit remains unbroken. At 58, Jason Statham is no longer the man who lived for the fight. He's the man who fights for what matters: his family, his peace, and his legacy. Jason Statham's life is a mythic journey of survival, strength, and sacrifice. He rose from the streets of London, endured physical and emotional tolls that few can understand, and carved out a legacy that will live long after the explosions fade. Yet, beneath the hero who never quits, there's a man who understands that true strength comes not from never breaking, but from rising again, even when every bone tells you not to. And now, as the dust settles on Jason Statham's journey, the victories, the scars, the near misses, the heartbreaks, there's one question left for you. Do you believe Jason Statham is the last true action hero of our generation? Or has Hollywood already moved on? Your voice matters. Tell me what you think in the comments. If this story moved you, if you learned something new, or if you want more deep cinematic breakdowns like this, hit the like button, subscribe to Cinema Fallout, and turn on notifications. More untold Hollywood stories are on the way, and trust me, you don't want to miss what comes next.